Hey everyone, welcome to That Pedal Show. Viewers, comments and questions. Dan here.
Nick here, hello.
It's Monday the 22nd of December. 3 more sleeps till Sandy comes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right,
Here
Rosie.
comes the lady with the tea. The lady with the tea. She doesn't want to be on camera, so she takes it and puts it on the desk. Just a little bit out of shot. But
Yes.
one day she'll get in the shot. Yeah, she will, yeah. One day she'll get in the shot.
Shot.
Name is Catherine now. One day she'll get in the shot. In the shot, in the shot, in the shot.
That's very good, Dan. Welcome, everyone. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it's VCQ.
Yay!
Happy Monday, happy holiday season for those of you who celebrate it. For those of you who don't, I don't know. Have some empathy for those who do. How about that?
Who doesn't celebrate it?
Me. I decided to try and cheer up about it.
Hang on. So you don't have a tree or anything this year?
Yeah, but that's for the wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Specifically you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no,
right.
Catherine really likes Christmas. Rosie likes Christmas. What are you doing? You coming up? Say hello to the nice peoples? Oh, there you go then. We'll say hello to the peoples, Rosie. Rosie's been a good girl today, haven't you, Rosie, after barking at the fox that was barking outside of our house at 4 a.m. this morning, which sent Rosie into a bit of a meltdown at 4 a.m, which wasn't ideal, was it, little dog? No, not ideal.
But Sandy said you've been a real good girl
we
this
don't
year.
mind. Look at you, want to be on camera, don't you? You're such a funny dog. Anyway, without further ado, this will be our last VCQ of the year.
Of 2025.
So we'll be back at whatever the end of that first week of January is, like the 9th or something, I guess. Is it 10th? 9th or 10th?
It's Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you.
So it's the 9th
Wow.
or the 10th. Maybe the 10th.
The 5th is... Well, the 5th is the Monday. Are we not coming back on the 5th?
Oh, it's Monday VCQ, isn't it? I keep thinking it's Friday. Sorry.
Yeah. The
Yes.
first... Yeah.
We will see you on Monday the 5th of January. Oh my
There
God.
you go.
Could it get any worse? It's very casual with the leg, Rosie. I like this. Very casual. Right, go and find Mummy then. I can see who's on. We say hello to Michael Schneider. Hello, Michael. I have turned the super chats off, by the way. Thank you, BV,
Yes, thanks,
for
everyone.
keeping us abreast of what's going on. So super chats are off. If you super chatted previously, we will answer you, obviously. Airfire is on. Ed, how are you?
Lovely. Todd Roy is on.
Johnny T5E3 is on.
Yes. John
No.
W777.
Schlapb is on.
Jal Finesca. James Blest is on. Mark Sieber. Chris Quinn. And Plexico.
And Andy Bell. And BV, of course. And
Lovely.
Andreas Johansson and Ragged Glory. Thank
Beautiful.
you for my dream. Jack Hookings is on. Jack, were you... Yes, you were the originator of one of our challenges, I believe. Ludovican.
Ludo. Whoa. The Ludo Shuffle.
Yeah. It's for the longest time, I thought it was Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo. Leo Sayer would shuffle.
T3 Golf is on. Useless Toil is on. And Sire Walid is on. John 777. John W 777. Lucas Julien is on.
Mike O'Donnell. Cher Bono. Kevin the Just.
Daniel Mincher.
Beautiful.
Hey, Dan. Lots of lovely friends. Todd Roy is on. Executioner's Bong is on. Peter Romano and Scott Curry. Lovely, lovely friends. Thank you so
Yes.
much for being with us.
Yeah, we need to just say Chris Rea
Oh, yeah.
is no longer with us.
Was that recent?
Just today.
Oh,
just
no.
very recently.
I met Chris quite a few times and went to his studio, and he's a lovely, 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 lovely guy. A real sweetheart.
Right.
And so passionate about music. So, yeah, bless you, Chris, and may you rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah. He's a great slide guitar player.
Good guitar player, full stop,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that when that album came out with On the Beach on it, when that was huge. It was like, certainly in Australia. I remember I was getting my license. I was 17 and going for my license, and that song was on, and it was on the radio everywhere. It was such a that album was huge. So there you go.
Yeah. Good. James Blessed, hey. Evan Ward, 4303. Erica Turl. Merry Christmas, Rosie. Rosie's had a bit of a boring day today. Bless her. Well, apart from the 4-kilometre walk this morning, but good. All right, let's get straight into the super chats then, and see what's on everyone's minds. First in would be Chris W. Chris with a KW. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
He says, "Hey lads, Mick in 60 seconds. Rosewood versus Maple. Discuss. And Dan, best way to remove labels from the quartermaster. Happy Christmas, everyone, and thanks for another fantastic year at TPS." Thank you, Chris.
You go.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. All right. And go.
Right. Rosewood. Chewier lower mids. By lower mids, I mean like 400, 500, 600, maybe.
That's Rosewood.
Yeah.
Yep.
And area trebles. And if you want to know what that all means, which I'll show from Friday, much easier if your flesh of your fingers is in contact with the fingerboard because it's not lacquered. Maple neck strats tend to be lacquered on the front, so I find them personally harder to play. I think there's more growly upper mids, which can make for a more aggressive tone but less air. And I think they have a different kind of attack. All other things being equal, Rosewood being a bit softer.
Okay.
Once you've heard loads, you can hear it. If you put two guitars together, it won't make any sense.
It's very good. You done?
Yeah.
That's 55 seconds. Well played, sir.
There we are.
Removing labels from a quartermaster. I'm assuming you've put labels on and now you want to get them off. So the quartermaster is anodized, so it's pretty robust. But I would just get a plastic scraper and get off as much as you can. And then the label makers are really good in that they don't leave any residue. You can just peel them off. But, you know, I find some deoxit or WD-40, just get a little bit on and just wipe it off, and it cleans it all off lovely.
There you are. Because what is it? Anodized aluminium. Yeah. What about, can you use lighter fluid?
Can you use lighter? I'm sure you can. You can use lighter fluid on most things.
Take the paint off with it? No?
No, because it's anodized.
Yeah.
It's a different,
Yeah.
I tell you what, I will try some and get back to you. I've got some lighter fluid, but bit of WD-40, bit of deoxit, all that stuff is great. Any cleaning stuff.
Daniel Johnston HQ is saying contact cleaner is magic.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Groovy. Okay. Next in will be Simon VRDJ. Simon, how
Hey,
are
mate.
you, buddy? He says, "Hi DNM, Birmingham Guitar Show. Going or not? Going." I've got a missed call from Jason actually, so we'll obviously be doing something there. Hopefully, if the dates line up. So yes, we'll be there, assuming some other business isn't occurring on that day. We do have a couple of guests coming in early March, but I can't imagine it will be at the weekend. So, I haven't set the podcast from recording.
Oh.
Despite the reminder from BV.
Yeah. Gig Rig won't be there, unfortunately, but we'll be there. And we may be having some fun.
Oh, yeah. We did discuss
We did discuss
the
that.
possibility of some fun.
If we
Yeah.
could do some fun, that would be great fun.
I'd like to say welcome to our listeners on Patreon.
Yes, our podcast listeners on Patreon.
Yes, thank you for being a patron, and welcome to VCQ. We were momentarily late starting the recording
Yeah.
because, once again, YouTube logged me out of 3 devices.
I love it when it does that.
Yeah. What's especially good is that we have the 2-factor authentication turned on, so the device I need to get the 2-factor authentication is never anywhere near where I am.
Okay, great.
Yeah, these are all things that could be worse, right? Tony Ambrosi. Yeah, Tony Ambrosi. Isn't it?
Ambrosi.
From Canada. How are you, Tony? He says, hello, I'm looking for a phaser that is similar to the Schult compact phasing, like the one Blackmore used on Catch the Rainbow. Any modern analog equivalent that you can think of?
Schult phaser. Schult.
E. Yeah, very good. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Let's have a look.
Well, at least they're cheap to buy second hand.
Oh my goodness.
Craftwork like them as well.
Okay.
Ooh, stereo analog phaser. So, what else do you know?
6-stage. Okay, so it's a 6-stage stereo phaser manufactured in West Berlin during the 1970s by Gerd Schult. Okay, so here's what I would say. You need to have a look at the, I think it's pronounced washer. It's the OAXOA, I think. I'm sure that's wrong. It's the new phaser by Keeley, which is remarkable. So there's that, and there's also the Thorpe. Oh, what's that incredible phaser that he does? Oh, come
No,
on.
he did do a phaser.
No, it's the big multi-stage thing.
Pulse Doppler.
The pulse Doppler, and that's the other one. It's those two, I would say, go and check out. Yeah. But that, I mean, I'm a big phaser fan, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't know about that.
Yeah, if you want the stereo, if you want true stereo analog phaser, that's rarer. That's not a common beast.
No.
But if you're happy with mono, there's plenty of really good phasers.
Yeah.
If you've got a bit of cash, the Effectrode one is really lovely. Phasermatic.
If you've got a bit of cash, the Neutron biphaser, but let me just check. The Neutron biphase.
Useless Toil is telling us that the MXR Phase 100 is 6-stage, apparently.
It is, but it's mono.
Yeah.
But yes, the Phase 100 is 6-stage. And the Phase 100 also used by Grateful Dead guitar player
Jerry
Garcia. And also a favourite of Red Hot Chili Peppers guitar player John Frusciante. The Phase 100 is a wonderful thing. And I happen to have a vintage version of it just up there. And I used it for many years. And it is indeed glorious, but it is mono.
Bit of chat going on in the chat about vintage radius or 7.25 radius on Fenders. People asking, do me and Dan prefer it? Yes, we do, both of us.
Indeed.
Why?
Because it's cool.
It's
Just dig it.
If you've been playing it for 30 years, 35 years, it just takes a minute to get accustomed to something else.
Yeah.
And Dan and I are not fans of low action. So
No,
I
not
think
at
if
all.
you like a low action and you like to do big string bends, that can be challenging on a vintage Fender that isn't set up brilliantly well, and if it has vintage Fender type frets. Now, as soon as you change any of those things, you put the action up, you set it up nicely, you make the frets bigger, all of a sudden you can do big bends much more easily. And Dan and I certainly have no problem with any bends that we want to do on a 7 1/4 radius. I find it much more comfortable down that end, down the money end, for chording. But I'm equally happy on a 9.5 most days.
Right.
And of course, we both like Gibsons, right? Which is 12. And
That's interesting, isn't it?
But then everything is Everything is changed. The neck angle is changed. Position on your body is changed. So maybe it's as much about what you bring to the guitar in terms of your preconception and the familiarity. So when I pick up a Gibson, I just feel in an entirely different place than when I pick up a Fender.
Yeah.
And I play the guitar differently.
Yeah, I fundamentally absolutely agree.
So yeah, there we go. Hopefully that's good fun. Please
What you
don't bark,
doing?
Rosie.
What you doing, Rosie? What you doing, baby girl?
Airfire Ed.
Hey, buddy.
He says, "Merry Christmas, TPS family, and to you, Ed,
Yay.
and your family, of course." I went to see John Smith with my dad on Thursday.
Oh,
How
man.
lovely. And who do we see? Jake from the Gig Rig and his lovely wife.
Yes, I knew they were going there.
John Aisanabi and the accompanying artists were brill, inspired to write music now. Yeah, where was that? Union Chapel, or was it somewhere closer?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I spoke to John last week actually. He's gassing for a guitar amp,
Oh, is he?
and he's like, "What guitar amp should I get?" And I'm like, "Oh, where should we start?" So that's good. Nice one, Ed. John is a remarkable performer. He's
Incredible.
unique. He is gifted, and he sounds unbelievable. If you get a chance to see John Smith, please go and see
Yep,
him.
yep, astonishing.
Blexico Duncan.
Hey, buddy.
Way! He says, "Season's greetings to TPS."
Thank you, mate.
Back at you, buddy. To you and yours. Hope you have a good one. Johnny T for £50. What? That's £50 sterling. The currency. Oh, are we buffering, Bebbers? The orange thing. Orange. In the middle of the bottom screen.
Where am I looking?
It's orange. It's the only orange thing there.
This thing.
Keep going left.
It says its current bit rate is lower than the recommended one.
Right, let's see if we're buffering. Sorry if we are. Jim Brosen says completely different, maybe a slight overstatement. Well, depends how wide your brackets are, doesn't it? I mean, it is a guitar. It's not like we're playing a pitchfork or a saxophone. So we are narrowed our brackets, but significantly differently, perhaps.
No one's buffering. We're good to go.
Good.
Let's rock on.
What's the amp behind Dan? It is a that was from Morley Robertson. It's a divided by 13 JRT 915. And then finally an orange OR30. So yeah, just having some fun with some different amps.
It's very cool. We did a vlog, a challenge vlog, and it's lovely to see some new amps and new sounds in the vlog from Michael.
Yeah.
Actually, the amp that I use we haven't used in a long time.
Quack.
I don't think we've used it on.
It's a clue for long-time viewers of that pedal show.
Yeah, there you go.
Quack.
Quack. That's very good.
Anyway, Johnny wants to know, you got 50 quid, what guitar Christmas present are you buying me?
50 quid, probably a TPS voucher.
There you
or-
are. There you are.
There you are. That's all you need.
Yeah.
TPS voucher or what's the tuition, the really good tuition thing?
Oh, Truefire.
Truefire, like a Truefire.
Yeah, or a
voucher.
Brett Papa.
Brett Papa. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a nice thing. So we're going to say, yeah, I agree with Dan. A voucher to a really good tuition site such as Truefire, or Brett Papa, or any other really good tuition site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the gift of knowledge. Or a T-shirt.
Give the
TPS
gift of
T-shirt.
homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the passive aggressive way of saying someone, you need some more licks.
Yeah, I think that's good.
No, it's the Truthfire stuff is so good.
Nice. Spats says J2072. There are no new good Christmas songs? Question mark. Geordie Mick loved Boxing Day by Tin Town a few years ago. I used a harmonic percolator and original whammy Surely a first Christmas, so revel. Surely a first at Christmas, so revel in the filth and add to the playlist. And rest in peace, Chris Rea. Yeah, indeed. So, yeah, okay, Tin Town, and the song was Boxing Day, and it was using a harmonic percolator.
Nice.
Yeah, we've hardly played any Christmas songs this year.
I've had them on this afternoon.
Have you?
Yeah.
My
Queen's CD.
It's like, come on, can we? They're the same every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tis the season.
Yeah.
To be jolly.
Have you met Nick?
But the thing is,
That's like
look,
saying. That's like
tell you
saying.
what.
Tis the season to be jolly, so put some EDM on.
No, but you know what it is? An EDM Christmas tune. Boom, 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 Santa. Boom,
So,
boom, boom,
slight
boom,
tangent, right? Where Catherine and I live, in the woods behind our house, behind the woods, is an army camp. And they're quite often trained. We live on the edge of Salisbury Plain, right, which is the biggest area for military training in the UK. So, not uncommon to hear and see tanks, machine gun fire, all the good stuff.
Santa on a tank.
And thankfully only training, so we can be light-hearted about it. Anyway, one of the things they like to do to battle-hardened troops is to blow the shit out of them for 2 days using huge gas exploding machines.
Oh, fun.
And of course, it shakes the windows in our house and is quite annoying, so we have to complain to... Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so the other morning I wake up...
Sorry, trying to think where this is going. Okay.
You won't guess.
Okay, please continue.
I wake up to the sound of EDM at about 3:30, 4 a.m. Electronic dance music, like pumping.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that would be a really good way to torture. I know in like the training that some of our military friends have had, they'll do things like stick you in a room naked, freezing, with banging EDM for 48 hours.
Sounds like a Thursday.
And and I thought, oh yeah, that's good. That's actually scarier to me than the explosions. Electronic dance music as at 135 dB or whatever it is. And I'm like, surely not. Anyway, this was 4:35 a.m. Come 8:30, I'm up the hill with a dog going, I can still hear that EDM. And I thought it must be that because it sounded like a loop. Anyway, I saw my neighbour a bit later and he said, no, there was a rave on Salisbury Plain. There was an actual rave.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, sorry
a rave that you mistook for torture.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sorry for the tangent, but...
That's great.
Yeah, how do we get onto that? EDM, oh yeah. Anyway. Christmas songs.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that I'm not alone in saying that it's been a really challenging year for a lot of people. I think you get to this point of the year where everyone's going to have a couple of days off. And it's the anticipation of just taking a breath. And I think
the people who celebrate Christmas are going to have some days off.
But also the people who don't celebrate Christmas, because
Nothing's
everything
on.
shuts.
Yeah, well,
so you're forced to just
not everything.
catch a breath. And I think that's nice. I think it's nice to have especially with kids. And our kids are at uni and they come home for Christmas. It's just lovely to see them and hang out.
The time off is wonderful.
And hang out with friends and family, and I think that's really nice.
The time off would be great if you didn't have 2 edits to do. It would be really nice. Tears on my pillow. Anyway, happy Christmas. Winter solstice at the Henge maybe, says Miles Jury. Yes, our friend David Cummings suggested the same thing. I can get into that.
Stonehenge.
What were they doing? Good. Speaking of torture, says Quesadilla Alex. Christmas songs. Yes, that's how we got there.
Let's do a Christmas single next year.
I have it. I've got it.
Well, let's do it.
I've got it. There's 2 people we need, one of whom is deceased.
Okay.
So that can be done via technology.
Right.
The other person is alive and I think willing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a banger. It is an absolute banger.
All right. Well, there we go. It's our Christmas song campaign.
Yeah.
It's going to happen next year.
I have mentioned it before on this channel, so if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I can't believe someone hasn't done it.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Anyway. Good. Right, back to Super Jazz. Happy holidays, says Jason Hattrick.
Thank you, man. And to you.
D&M, having staunchly resisted modelling gear, I'm intrigued. Oh, I thought this might come up tonight. By the DSP John Mayer plugin for Neural. 3 great amps, blended almost TPS in a box.
Mm-hmm.
But do I need to reamp this to play through my Cali Tweed? Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Neural DSP Quad Cortex people have done the archetype John Mayer.
Right.
So there's obviously, Rabia's got one, Corey Wong's got one, quite a few people have got one.
Mm-hmm.
And John Mayer has somewhat surprisingly done one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Great.
I think,
Mm-hmm.
here's what I think. For 160 quid or whatever it is, assuming you've got a Quad Cortex, or if, I don't know if it can run on some other host, but I don't think there's any way you would sound more like John Mayer at 78 dB in your sitting room than you would with that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
No Dumble or 2-Rock or Fender or anything is going to do it at low volume at home. So if, and I don't mean to sound disparaging about it, if that's what you want, if you want in your headphones to get as close to a John Mayer sound as you can, there's got to be no better way to do it.
No, especially, I mean, he was very surprised and like, yep, that sounds great. And it's that thing, it'll sound like that recorded tone.
Yeah, someone's saying it runs on the computer, not the hardware. Oh, I didn't know that, Frankie. I think the Corey Wong one started out like that, didn't it?
Oh, yes,
started out as software,
right.
and then it came to the QC later,
Yes.
maybe.
Okay.
No, it's great, isn't it? It's great to get a bit of access to him.
Whatever gets you playing.
Yeah.
You know, and if his is a thing that you really dig and you want to, you know, unless you've got access to Dumbles and 2-Rocks, then fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of people saying it's software, it's a plug-in for your DAW, presumably, or maybe it runs standalone, I don't know. It's not on the Quad Cortex yet.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Amazing.
It's good. Be interested to hear what you think about it. Jason Hattrick says, that wasn't my question. Oh, yeah. That was Michael Schneider's question. Thank you, Michael. Jason, your question is, happy holidays. Thank you, Michael. Jason Hattrick's actual question is, happy holidays. I've got 8 pedals on my board, and 3 of them are dual overdrives. The Dane, the Protein, the Cornerstone Imperium V2. Am I being ridiculous, and how might you set them up to be not so ridiculous? It's a good question.
Can't possibly comment on the ridiculousness of it because
Rosie, you're going to have to get out if you do that.
I think it's not about the fact you've got 3 different dual overdrives. It's how you use them. What sounds you're going for. You might have. So let's say then you have 6 overdrive pedals. I don't think that's excessive at all if you've got them set up to do very specific jobs. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, different. Oh, Rosie, different contexts as well. Like, I played last Sunday, week ago on Sunday, and for that gig in that environment, my board was just overkill. Too many gain stages, too many effects. I didn't need it. What I needed is 1 overdrive pedal, probably 2, maybe a bit of. That's it.
Yep.
My rotary speaker, because that's what the music required. However, if I'm hanging around here playing and getting different tones, it's really nice to have access to a bunch of stuff depending on how you're feeling. And of course, if you are doing a musical project or a gig or whatever, and it does require all the different sounds, then great, stack them up.
Yeah.
My problem comes in and what do we say? Paralysis, option paralysis.
Yeah.
When I'm stood there trying to sing, play the guitar,
Write the theme tune.
scowl at the bass
Sing
player
the
because
theme
he's got the
tune.
chords to. Couldn't stand the weather wrong again. Sorry, Paul and Steve. After we discuss, anyway, because there's very few songs I actually play the bloody changes in, and then when one comes up, anyway. So who looks like a lemon? I look like a lemon, and so trying to remember what pedal to stand on in all of that is yeah. It's hard, isn't it?
It is.
It is hard.
But we carry on.
The more I play out, the more I'm reverting back to cleanish, loud, dirty, louder, dirty,
Yeah.
loudest, dirty.
Yeah.
And then just whatever that might be, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. You start like that, but then you refine,
Yeah.
you know.
'Cause
Ebbs
obviously
and, ebbs and flows.
In the context of a loud band mix, it all gets trampled on anyway.
Sure.
Like when we're in here and we're splitting hairs, different game, and when you're recording, different game. But yeah, being out with a loud band, there's something to be said for a Marshall, an overdrive pedal, and a guitar, and some reverb.
I saw this really great video. It's this young band were doing an in-store, this rock, like a new punk wave rock thing. Young kid, half stack, girl bass player, Ampeg, drummer, and they are just going for it. It's really interesting. And I'm watching these kids do this, right? And the place is vibing and everyone around them's jumping up. I'm like, you need an amp for that.
Yeah,
you need an
yeah.
amp that has some weight to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no like, oh, can you plug me in the front of the house and you know, because all the vibe is coming from the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
All the vibe.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to go past
It is.
a Marshall in that thing.
It really is.
Yep.
David Tompkins says, have you ever contacted Rick Astley for a show visit? He's a gearhead and a funny self-deprecating bloke to boot. Yeah, there's a few people like that we should reach out to, really. But the fact we had Matt on means we might have had our crossover artist, someone who is actually, you know, famous outside of the guitar world, and maybe more people would be up for doing it.
Yeah. That would be brilliant fun. Well, I think Doug knows him.
Does he?
I think Doug's played with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Someone was asking, and I'm sorry I've missed it, what pickups are in my custom shop Strat at the moment, the gold one. Klopman 60 set, and they've been in there for the longest time.
They sound fantastic.
I dig them.
I really dig this guitar, but we had an experience day a little while ago, and someone brought in a Haar guitar, H-A-A-R, and I think they're from Denmark. I've been out there to the store. I met the guy and watched him do his thing.
Netherlands, is it?
Netherlands? Sounds about right. And yeah, fabulous. But I'm thinking about getting a set of his pickups for this guitar. Because that was a sensational sounding guitar. And I know it's not the pickups. But he really knows
Netherlands.
the Netherlands, yep. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Johnny T. Hey Johnny, any thoughts on the Fender Deluxe Reverb 64 hardwired versus 65 reissue? That's something else we will pledge to do next year. The hardwire version of the Princeton and the standard one, and the hardwire version of the Deluxe and the standard one.
What's hardwire?
Point to point. Well, not point to point, but instead of PCB,
Okay, that version.
they're more sort of tag board
Got it.
or eyelet
Okay.
board. I don't know.
Right.
What are Fenders? Eyelet board, aren't
Yep.
they? Or are they tag?
Those ones are tag boards.
Yeah.
Eyelet boards.
Yeah, hardwired, handwired, whatever. Just different method of construction and some different components, albeit the same circuit. So what difference does it make? And it usually makes a bit of a difference. So yes, I'd really like to do that.
Yep.
We've put off doing it because neither of us really wants to hear the
I
hardwired ones because
don't
they're
let me
so
hear.
expensive.
Yeah, honestly, if I hear a Princeton like that, it's going to be. Gordon Rankin says, "Damn, I have a set of no casters coming from Throwback next week. Man, the Throwback pickups are amazing. I tell you as well, for the Throwback, the PAFs, our good friend Owen Barry has designed a PAF pickup that is
no way.
It's incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be available soon.
Nice. Someone said, question, are we getting Steven Seagal on the show, says Chris Quinn.
I'd love to have him on the show.
If he'd come on, after me calling him Seagull. I think it was an old Vic and Bob sketch, wasn't it? Was it?
I don't know. That one.
Steven Seagal. He's got... Steven Seagal, star of many action movies. Maybe. Yeah. Harry Barnett wants to know, are we going to get one of the Mesa Mark II reissues? Yeah, maybe. Would be good to do a Mark series show. We've got a Mark 1 there that's mostly functioning, and a Mark 3.
I'd like to do a show on Mesa because there's such a massive story there, and you know it quite well. It'd be great to get someone from Mesa with a whole bunch of old and new things,
Yeah.
and just to see the thread. I'd be really interested to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, there's two stories. There's the Mark series story, which came from the modded Princetons and the high power 112 combos a la Larry Robin and Carlos, of course, Carlos Santana. Then in 1990, 89, it all changes as they go with the dual rectifier. So there's two kind of separate stories.
Okay.
And then after that, crazy. Like, they, with respect to Mesa, didn't really know what they were doing after that, I don't think.
They threw everything at it.
Well, it's just like millions of different amps and like I'm not being critical. I'm just saying that Mesa was one thing, and then it was another, and then it was kind of everything. And I think that was the dawn of the boutique amp market, because Mesa is the original boutique amp, right? But after that, Matchless comes along in the US, Cornford comes along in the UK, etc., etc., etc. And what happens to Mesa is they're just not so special anymore.
Okay.
Because if you had a Boogie before the boutique amp boom,
You were cool.
that was it.
Yeah.
There was no better, really. Or at least in perception terms, there was no better. And then the boutique, and Mesa just sort of, I felt they sort of fell down the cracks a bit.
Okay.
Like so many things in the middle. Like, do you remember when Next was like, if you had clothes from Next, that was pretty...
I thought you were saying with the computer company. All right.
As
yes.
a teenager, if you had clothes from Next, that was quite a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't have Next in Australia.
They were quite aspirational on the high street anyway, compared to like Top Man and Burton's.
I think when I got out here in 2002, they were still quite...
very much.
Yeah.
But then all the other brands come along and squeeze them out of the middle.
Yeah, right.
And now, I'm not saying anything disparaging about Next. I'm saying that the brand relationship changes when other brands come along. Jesus, can I talk any more crap today?
That's nice.
Yeah, David Tompkins says, have you ever had a full-on dual rectifier on the show? No, we haven't, but I've played many and I love them.
Oh, I'd love to experience that.
They're really fantastic amps. I mean, they changed a lot down the years, but there's one of the things they changed about it, I don't know if it was the second generation of them, but they had this pushed clean mode, and it was like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and obviously the overdrive, we know all about that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The Tremor Verb is amazing. Yes, that's been one of my favourite amps. There was a Tremor Verb on sale a second-hand Tremor Verb on sale at Anderton's for like 500 quid.
Oh, you can pick up
And-
that era of boogies for really sensible money.
Yeah, and they're amazing amps.
Yeah, great amps.
The Heartbreaker.
Yeah,
Oh, it's what
that was Mark 1 derived.
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Okay.
Have great holidays, says Sebastian Schlapperflash.
Nice.
Schlapperflash, that's a good Blackadder character.
Where have you been, Slapper Flash? Where haven't I been? Woof!
A Schlapper, are you a bass player by any chance, Sebastian?
Slap at a bass.
Ragged Glory Sound. It says, hello friends, if you were to be in a tribute band gig, who would you be? I'd probably choose Poncho San Pedro.
Oh, that's nice.
No real surprises, I don't think. Not Neil, can't sing. I'm going to have to say I don't know who Poncho San Pedro is.
Mexican wrestler. I would be, if I was going to be in a tribute band, I would either be in, well, there's a number of them.
He was, of course, he was in Crazy Horse with Neil Young. There we are.
Oh, there you go. I would love to be in a Billy Joel tribute band because I love some of my favourite recorded guitar parts on Billy Joel albums. But anything from like Yes or Genesis or that stuff would be amazing. But I stand a better chance of actually playing the parts on a Billy Joel album stuff. But yeah.
I mean, there's what I could do and what I would like to do.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is be in a David Lee Roth tribute band
Oh, my word.
that only played songs from Eat 'Em and Smile.
Yeah. 2 sets, the
Yeah.
whole album, twice.
Yeah, and it's a short set at
There
that.
you go.
That's what I'd like to do, but I don't. That wouldn't be very realistic. Johnny Ramone would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Oh. That would be great.
I'd make a better fist of that. I'm not saying I'd be good at it, but something rock, you know. Something rock would be fun.
Yeah.
Would be fun. Hello, Rosie. Have you come back to say hello? I know. Oh, baby dog. I know you're bored. You're really bored. That's the trouble when you're a spaniel, isn't it? Too intelligent. Too intelligent by far. I know. Ludovican. Hopefully you're telling us what tribute bands you would be in the comments. Proclaimers, says Frankie Holt. Spinal Tap, says Bobbington Bertie. Yeah.
Jacob Becker says, I saw a Genius tribute band, I think, from Italy a couple of weeks ago. Man, it was on fire. Early Genesis and stuff like that. Nice.
Yeah, great.
Oh, what's that? What's going on? What's going on?
David Tompkins, big Gem fan, says you'd have to play the Gem. Well, David,
Actually, no, that wouldn't be correct at all.
you need to watch the video coming up on the 2nd of January, I think it is. Is it the 2nd of January? It's the first Friday in January. Watch that video.
Hi.
Get ready for the fun.
Yeah, but it was a Green Meanie, and that guitar, and going back and listening to, whenever I need to get anywhere quickly, I put Eat 'Em Smile on, and going back and listening to that album, and hearing that guitar sound, is like, I would love to get some sort of super strat going.
No, wait, Rosie. Do you
Rosie.
need a wee-wee? Okay, all right. I'll go and do that then. Ludovican says, hello, I'm saving up for a serious guitar. After trying a few, neck radius, shape and feel matters most to me. What do you look for in a new guitar? Dan will tell you what he looks for in a new guitar, and I will go and take the dog to do a wee-wee.
So, I would, if I'm getting a new guitar, it has to have a purpose aside from the guitars that I've got. I've got my Crowster. So when I got that, I didn't really have anything like it, and just such a beautiful guitar. And it was so lovely to play. It played differently than anything else that I had. So any new guitar that I get has to sit with the guitars that I already have, but has to be different enough to warrant me getting it. So, you know, when I got the SG, and that's obviously an old guitar. But when I got that, I didn't have anything like that. Even though I've got the old SG Junior, the standard SG with the humbuckers was so different that it warranted a purchase. The one thing about a new guitar, new, and you can argue this with me till you're blue in the face, but I have never had a guitar that doesn't sound twice as good after about a year of playing it. Without fail. If you buy a new guitar, it needs to be so good that you want to play it. And if you play it and keep playing it, it will sound better. Even old guitars that haven't been played sound a lot better after you play them for a bit. They just do. So, make sure that it's a guitar that you pick up and you connect with straight away, and that you're drawn to playing it, and then you're in for a treat. That's what I look for. And I think for me, any new guitar for me has to be really, really special. There's got to be something about it that's makes me want to make music on it. And that's, especially this coming year, I've been talking to Doug, my drummer, and the guy I've done this EP with, and we just want to make some music and do different stuff than we've done before. So I am actively looking at some different things and some different sounds and stuff. So, make sure it sits alongside with what you've got. Well, even if it's radically different. I've got my favorites, and having a radically different guitar can be great, but it still needs to sit in the mix somewhere with them. That's what I would say. And make sure that you want to play it. Experimental Chris says, Dan, get a Collings I-35. Todd Roy says, Dan, just get a burst and call it a day. I've played the Collings I-35 and I thought it was great. One guitar that I have been playing a bit lately, now to show you something completely different, has been this Novo Ceres baritone guitar. And it's amazing. Radically different from anything else I've ever played, but it's got lovely top end and sits really well with like all Mortellis and other single coil style guitars. Yeah, so you can go radically different but still have it fit with what you're playing. I think the Novo guitars, actually, I haven't played a single Novo guitar that I haven't thought was spectacular. And obviously the Collings stuff is amazing. There's some really, really great guitar builders out there. Actually, I've been looking at is that a Tyler? I think they look amazing. I think I saw a video with Dan Huff talking about his relationship with the guy that makes Tyler guitars, and it's like, bit of Super Strat envy. Ludo Vacan says, thanks Dan, the point about played-in guitars feeling better rings true. My partner's 15-year-old Squire feels great. I pick it up and play it every day. So it absolutely is true. If a guitar gets played a lot... Thank you very much. Oh, lovely. If a guitar gets played a lot, they just feel different. One thing I think about old guitars, I think one of the reasons that they started getting expensive is people were picking up these guitars that had been played and sounded amazing, going, well, there's something here that's worth a bit of cash.
I think worth a bit of cash is one thing. What I was going to say was something that I'm not scared of.
Yes.
Because when you buy a new guitar and it's all shiny and lovely and you sort of hold that reverence for it, you can be a bit scared of it. And sometimes it can impede the relationship you have with it because you're afraid to damage it if you don't like it. And, you know, you might have to sell it with a ding in it or whatever. So I've always liked knackered guitars and relics and guitars that are used for that very reason. Not that I don't like new guitars, but it does mean when you commit to a new guitar, you commit to it because you're going to lose money on it.
Yeah. But that was the thing with Red. When I had committed to that guitar because I bought it sight unseen and I got it and it was a pig, but I had to play it. And then, years and years later, after many hundreds of gigs, suddenly the guitar is an absolute corker. You can play these guitars into a state where they're amazing, but it does take a lot of playing. That's the thing. Get a new guitar. Just make sure you love it enough that you're going to want to play it. And let it reveal itself to you.
Let's see then. Jeff Martin. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Thank you for your super chat. Jeff says, new guitar day. Oh, there we are.
Nice.
A 2020 American Strat with Jimmy Wallace 50s pickups. No question from me today. Please take one from the chat. Cheers from Dallas, Texas.
Congratulations.
Hello to Dallas, Texas. Nice.
I was in Texas earlier this year and seeing all the Longhorns and the oil pumps and everything. Can I just say, it was my first time to go to Texas and I just loved it. You know what it was? It was the people.
Yeah. There's definitely I don't know if it's a cliche, and apologies if it is a cliche, but the whole southern hospitality and...
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. And my wife came out with me. It was her first real business trip that she's been with me on. And man, we just had so much fun. Yeah. And now I watch Landman and I get all nostalgic.
So the question is from Trained Monkey with a Telly. There's an emergency at your gig. Judge to bad stage power. You both have to share 1 amp of current, or the bartender's blender will pop your circuit breaker. What components do you use to get through? Okay, we've got to use the same amp. Does that mean there's only 1 amp? Yes, share 1 amp.
The highest headroom amp.
No, actually saying is what you have to share 1 amp of current.
Oh. Okay. Well, 1 amp of current at 240 volts is fine. So, what would you do? So, right.
Would that not run a...
No, most low blow fuses and amplifiers are 1 amp.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So no, that's fine. At 240 volts or 1 amp, I think when we think of pedal boards and power supplies and stuff, the 1 amp isn't a lot, but that's at 9 volts, and that's never really at 9 volts. But anyway, with an amplifier with 1 amp of current that we need to share.
Is the question you've got 1,000 milliamps on your pedal board?
I don't know. I thought he had to share an amp.
No, it says you have to share 1 amp of current.
Oh. Sorry. You got to share 1 amp of current on our boards.
Yeah, it's my fault. I misread the question.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't say the board, but let's say it's 1 amp of current on the board.
1 amp of current,
That's
so 500 milliamps each.
I can have like 10 fuzz faces. And 50 fuzz faces.
Yeah, I would have Memory Man, D&M drive or equivalent, and
just a bunch of analog stuff.
Yeah.
Although that said,
flanger.
I was quite surprised for a challenge that you'll see on the 2nd of January or thereabouts. There's a digital delay and reverb I put on there that only requires 150 milliamps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so. With a lot of the new stuff as well, that's fine. But remember, a lot of the old Boss Digital pedals only took 100 milliamps. I think it's all processing power has a lot to do with it. The amount. So, I think a good example is that the Red Wing actually is quite hungry on current. That's part of the design. Yeah, you know, obviously not unheard of to have analog pedals that do draw quite a bit of current. And some of the digital stuff, especially things that, depending on the chip, what are those PT chips, digital PT chips, a lot of reverb use them. And they don't take a lot of current. Yeah.
Okay, sorry if we didn't understand the question.
But a simple pedal board. Treble booster, hot cake, D&M drive, memory man, flanger. Yeah, easily under 500. Happy days.
Yeah, some distortion. And then Tube Screamer, Klon. Harmonious Monk.
Harmonious Monk, there you go.
And an analog delay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've got to
the
sort
PT
my overdrive pedals out next year, Dan.
Okay.
I'm all asunder.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
PT
I've got so many
2399
overdrive
chip,
pedals,
that's
and
what
I
it's got.
currently don't like any of them. What's that all about?
I think
I could be turning into amp guy.
I think you could be, but you're gigging. You've done some gigs lately, and that changes everything.
Changes it.
God ranking, yes, the PT draws 45 milliamps, and they sound great. Loads of great reverbs and stuff designed with that chip.
Mulled wine is a shocking thing, isn't it?
Is it warm?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Here, Merry Christmas, mate, or
Cinnamon.
whatever you're
Merry Christmas.
celebrating. Oh, I like that. It's like punchy Ribena.
Yeah, it is. With cinnamon.
It's like Australian fighting wine. Well, that really hits the back of the throat, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it would be problematic at the vomit stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's messy.
Yeah. In so many ways. Aesthetically and olfactorily. Lucas Suarez. Hello, Lucas. Lucas Suarez says, from Brazil. Hey. Hello to Brazil.
Obrigado. Ciao.
Happy holidays, gents. Having trouble getting a sound that works for my Maya Strat and PRS 594 in my rig. What are your thoughts? Do you use a volume and tone knobs to compensate, or do you use pedals? Much love from Brazil. We get asked this quite a lot, actually, Lucas. So you've got two very different guitars there. And the middle of Lucas's question is, how do you compensate in your rig for two guitars that are so different? Dan and I pretty much choose our guitars because they're not massively different. Now, of course, a 335 is very different from a Strat physically, and it's very different tonally, but actually the amount of grunt the pickups are putting out, the sort of general way that we play, the rig is sort of balanced to allow the Strat to sound like a Strat and the 335 to sound like a 335, and Dan does the same with the SG and the Telly. You could get into things like EQ pedals. You could get into, what I tend to do is I lean on, like, if I'm playing the 335 or 345 or the Les Paul, I'll lean on one overdrive a bit more than I would if I was playing on the Strat. And when I'm playing on the Strat, maybe something like a TS, for example, is more fun with the Strat. There's a Kingsley pedal that I use called the Alexander. And like many Keeley pedals, it has like a mid boost switch. And when I play the Strat, the mid boost is on. And when I play the 335, I just lean down and turn it off because that guitar doesn't require any more mids. So there's stuff like that you can do, little things. And if you find that that's not enough, then you can delve into stuff like EQ and all of that. But it's annoying when that happens.
Yeah.
I don't want to suggest you get rid of any of your guitars, but the guitar that I find most problematic tends to stay
when it stays on.
out of the rig.
Yeah. Oh, I like that mulled wine. That's quite nice. It's very Christmassy.
Yeah. If you want to get really forensic about it, if you've got a decent sized pedal board, it might be that you can have essentially two alternative signal paths. So you've got I don't know, say 8 pedals on your board, it might be that 4 are really good for the PRS and that 4 are really great for the Strat. That would be a pretty decent way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
If you start getting really micro, like changing input levels and EQ and all that, you can do all that, but it just seems like a bit of a faff.
Yeah, but it can be done.
Yeah.
How far down that rabbit hole do you want to go?
Yeah. And finally, if you have a multi-channel amplifier, you might find that, for example, the Strat is better in the clean channel with a mid-boosted overdrive, and the PRS is better in a crunch channel without any overdrives. Could be that.
Mm-hmm.
Could be that.
Nice. I like
Many
that.
ways to approach it. Chris Costabile, hello Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Chris says, hey D&M, other than feel, is there any sonic benefit to wet dry in a studio context? Seems like clarity would be increased recording the 2 amps separately.
When you say recording them separately, you mean together with separate mics, or you mean you record one amp and then record the other amp? Because if you do that, what you're going to get is chorusing between the 2 amps, which is great. But if you do the wet dry thing in the studio, I mean, that's one of the places where I think it makes most sense.
Totally music dependent, isn't it?
Exactly that.
Music and context dependent. And we've always said it, and it might be a bit of a cliche, but if your music is really dense, but you require separation and for everything not to be like, it's not a Sun record, then
how those records sound amazing. The Sun
utterly
records.
amazing.
Yeah.
Then I totally agree that single mono amps placed makes a huge amount of sense. But if there's a bit more latitude in your music and there's a bit more space in the mix, then wet dry. I mean, one of the cool things about wet dry is you can do the old Van Halen thing of having the wet stuff on one side and the dry stuff on the other, or the dry stuff down the middle and the wet stuff down the other. Because then don't forget that once you get into the door, 2 separate mics on 2 amps, you've then got all the panning opportunities that affords, not least not using one of the amps. And the spill will be minimal, or at least it will be minimal if you're playing at any sort of appreciable volume.
Yep.
And again, watch the video coming out on the first Friday in January, and you'll see both of those approaches being employed by me and Dan.
Mark Gallagher Music says, Dan, how weird was it for you experiencing Christmas in winter for the first time after being in summer in Australia? What's summertime Christmas like? Christmas in Australia, it is summer and it's hot. And, so Santa comes in on a jet ski and it's loads of barbecues and seafood and pool activity, and it's brilliant. Christmas here feels more Christmassy because it's cold and everyone's indoors and, it's lovely. So I really like Christmas in the UK. January and February can do one in the UK, but December and the build up to Christmas in the UK is really nice. Because after that, it's just cold.
Yeah. Yep. Peter Romano.
Hey, Peter.
Daniel Mincher. Daniel Mincher says, have a fantastic Christmas. My question is simple. What's the one pedal you can't live without, and it can't be the tuner? Merry Xmas. Tuner's one pedal I absolutely can live without.
Yeah, I would struggle. Only for the safety blanket when you got the din of everything and you can't quite hear everything.
It's
but,
super useful at a gig, but if I had to drop my tuner pedal or my overdrive pedal, I would drop my tuner pedal.
Yeah.
One pedal you can't live without.
I'm just trying to think of the pedal that's been on my board the longest. King of Tone or variant thereof. So at the moment I've got the Analog Man, the Brothers AM version. But I just, for whatever reason, in my rig and the way that I play, it just does something that I really dig.
King of Tone?
King of Tone.
I would have thought it would be something ambient for you.
No, well, I can get the ambient. So at the moment, I've got the timeline on there. I'm going to go back to the
BIM.
The Otto Machines BIM, and Flanger is always on there. Like I would find it very difficult to play now without Red Wing.
Yeah.
I'm so in that. But I use the King of Tone like all the time. So yeah, it'd be difficult for me to do a gig without some King of Tone or some variant.
Pedal I've used most in my recent gigs, other than there's no one overdrive pedal that I absolutely can't be without. Obviously I like Tube Screamers, I like Clons, I like my valve stuff, but there's definitely nothing I can't be without. The pedal that I have used the most in all my recent gigs on guitar has been the Hughes and Kettner Rotosphere.
Oh man!
I mean, I could certainly live without it, but I use it.
Why
a
would you
lot.
want to? Yeah,
I really use it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that, but I could live without it. I mean, we could. Ultimately, it's reverb. If it doesn't have it in the amp, that I can't play an amp that doesn't have reverb. I can't just play a dry amp. I'm rubbish at doing that. So it is reverb if the amp doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. Dylan Greveris. God, blimey, O'Reilly. Dylan Greveris. Sorry, Dylan. Combination of me not being able to see and too many consonants and vowels in an odd order.
I thought it was Dylan Gervais.
He says, holy smokes. Is it Dylan Gervais?
No, it's not.
No. Holy smokes, there's an orange amp. Yes, there is. We promised.
And we delivered.
We promised in the Matt Berry show. I want to say massive thank you to the kind people at Orange who've long-term loaned us it. It's an OR30 and very good at sounds too.
Unreal. EL84s?
I would imagine EL34s.
Oh.
It's way too loud for EL84s.
Oh, really?
Well,
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be right.
EL84s, baby.
EL84s?
EL84s.
Is it?
A quartet of EL84s.
Well, that's one of the first EL84 amps I have plugged into and gone, yeah, I could play that.
Amazing.
It's loud.
There you go.
It's really loud.
You're saying my matchless isn't loud.
Well, it's a good
Well,
point.
the matchless doesn't have, but that's got EQ and all headroom and lovely stuff.
Bit more gain too.
Oh, does it? Oh.
Got very nice gain.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I'm getting all excited.
I thought Orange always uses an EL84, says Sean Oakbrooks. Not always, but commonly. Not always. Now let's see then. Peter Romano. It is Peter Romano. He says, leg ends, a Christmas miracle. A Christmas miracle has occurred. I found a fully functioning Sun Beta lead out for bulk trash. It's wild sounding despite being solid state. Please share the luck and take one from the chat.
Wow.
Are you looking for that plectrum there?
I am.
Nice. What a lovely...
Does that ever
find.
happen to you? Have you ever, like, I'm really happy for you. Don't get me wrong. It is a Christmas miracle, and it's the season of miracles.
Found a nice chainsaw in somebody's shed once. It's a joke. It's a joke.
But I hear stories of people going into, pawn shops and flea markets and finding these unbelievable things, and I'm like, I've kept an eye out forever, and I've never found anything of value in any of these places.
No, that is very lucky. I also, if you want a new mattress, you could just go out to any skip. That's a thing.
Oh,
It's potluck.
Oh, man. Oh, dear. Okay.
Anyway, so we had to take one from the chat from Peter Romano. Thank you, Peter, for taking one from the chat. Let's see then.
This bears, Adventures in Gearland says, I'm behind, but would like to share that some wonderful person on Insta turned their amps down to 5.5 in recognition of Rob Reiner. RP to him and all the rest who brought us music over the years. Yeah, I mean, look, Spinal Tap is a very important film for Mick and myself, and but I really didn't know a lot of his other stuff. Well, I didn't know he'd done other stuff, but like A Few Good Men is one of my favourite films of all time. I didn't know
did he?
He did that.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't. I can't.
Is that that film?
That's the film.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a really lovely story that Kevin Bacon shared about. That was his. Rob Reiner gave him his first. Really gave him a chance on that film, and he said he was so lovely and had lunch with him every day, and he Spinal Tap will forever live in our hearts, the original one.
Yeah. And rest in peace, Rob Reiner. That's very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. Scott Curry. Hello, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
Scott says, greetings all. Thanks so much for a wonderful TPS year. It brightened a rather dark time. Please take a question from the lovely TPS family. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, it was the Boxing Day. There's a kind of review of 2025 from TPS, and also Dan and I look forward to 2026 with some general thoughts. And I think we sort of concluded that it was kind of a year of consolidation, despite being our 10th anniversary year. Yeah. So a bit more ambition next year, perhaps.
Yes. Yes, a year of reflection and consolidation.
Yeah. Well, okay, then it's from Will Wetherington, who says, what are your favourite watches?
I've stopped wearing a watch. I liked my Apple Watch, but plugging it in every day was like, no thanks. I liked my... I don't have expensive taste in watches. I just never been able to afford a nice watch. But I had a Fossil watch that I really dug, that I got in America, actually.
When you say had?
I've still got it.
Oh, right.
But you've got to change the battery in it every 6 months.
Oh, right. That's not good.
No.
Definitely my most functional watch is my Apple Watch, and I mean, that's basically like me playing Neural DSP. The thought of an Apple Watch before I got it was like literally, it was unconscionable. A piece of modern, obsolete digital junk, but it transformed my life in health terms because I got committed to completing the rings every day, and it made me hit my targets every day, and it had a measurable improvement on my life, genuinely.
Amazing.
So I am grateful to my Apple Watch. I hate it. My favourite watch is Panerai, Italian brand Panerai. They're my favourite watches, and one day I'll buy one, but every time I get enough money to buy one, I buy a new guitar instead.
Are they like really crazy money?
No, not crazy money, but they're quite a lot of money.
Right.
Second hand, the ones that I like, they do. There's a Luminor Marina. They do various ones. The ones I like are the Radomir Automatic or 8 Days.
Right.
With titanium.
Got to have the titanium.
Yeah, as opposed, because in stainless steel they are like, because it's a physically big watch.
Oh, okay. So I have thin wrists. I can't pull off a big watch.
I like them, but a used one, 6 to 7. So it's not Rolex money, but they're a lot of money when £6,000 to £7,000 would buy you a lot of guitar gear, or indeed food, rent, mortgage payments, and other things that we do actually need. On a serious note, actually,
yes,
one of the big changes in 2025, which is accelerating for me, that started before that, is I don't want to come over all whatever about it, or pious or whatever, but through the whole conscious presence journey and becoming less entangled with identification with thought and form,
Okay.
stuff like watches, cars,
Yep.
posh clothes,
Yep.
and to some extent posh guitars means much less to me than it did.
Okay.
So I don't covet those things in a way that I used to.
Sure.
And I think I'm pleased with that direction of travel.
That's great.
If it continues,
Yeah,
because that way peace lies, right?
definitely. Want what you have.
Yeah. The end. It would be ridiculous to say that, you know, in the early 21st century, in somewhere like the UK, that we could give up on consumerism and the end of wanting. That is not realistic. But for it to recede a little bit would be
Yeah. Very healthy, I
would be
think.
good. Some of it comes with age as well, I think. Anyway, sorry, serious. It's a reflective time of year, Daniel. Most wonderful time. Those are the Christmas songs I like. The
Okay.
crooners.
The crooners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Good.
Colander one says, I want more Tin Spirit. Oh, bless you, mate. Yeah, that would have been great.
And Scott, we're glad that TPS brought you some light in whatever dark time you've been having. Any time, and again, I'll just share this. Any time where I think, because sometimes you wake up and you're like, have I said everything I need to say about guitars? Should I say no more words about guitars
Right.
and go and get a job somewhere?
Right.
Sometimes you have that thought. I don't know if you have that thought. Because the internet is so full of brilliant guitar information. What could Dan and I possibly offer to the guitar world that isn't already there? Having said so much already, having said so much in such verbose fashion. And then, Scott, you go and say something like that, and we get it on VCQ every week. People who come to Experience Day say, I like this community. I like how it feels. I like the people in it. And it brings me a great sense of comfort and fun and all of that. And I think that alone is the reason to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't matter what we say about guitars.
Yeah. That's what it does it for me.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, completely.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Scott. Executioner's Bong says, Executioner's Bong, Toes, I'm considering a posh new reverb. I thought I wanted the polyverbs, but the Cornerstone Nucleo has me thinking twice. Can you offer any help? Much love to all, and the TPSs from Indiana.
So posh new reverb, yes. The Cornerstone is incredible and really fun, really creative, some great sounds in there. I would also make sure that you check out the new Nocturne by Keeley. So this is a collaboration between Keeley and our dear friend Andy Timmons.
Andy.
And it is astonishing. And it's a new reverb that I haven't heard before. It's based on the Halo. So
Hello. So every time.
it's great. So
Every time.
if you imagine,
My sister-in-law's called Fiona, and every time Catherine says Fiona, I have to say, Fiona!
I like that.
Shrek, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Sorry.
So
I'm not actually ADHD.
the idea behind the Nocturne was that Andy Timmons uses this Halo delay pedal, and it's the repeats. It's the sound that he gets, that beautiful wash and Halo sound, but without the staccato elements of the delay. It's like, and it's super clever, and it's got the most amazing plate reverb in it, and the spring emulation in it is incredible. So I would say that, I mean, we love the Cornerstone reverb, the Paul Davids one as well. So that's great. Check out the Nocturne. And was there another one? You know, our favourite one's always been the CXM what's it called? The 1978.
Yep.
Yep. And that's an astonishing sounding reverb. But they are crazy money. So yeah, those are the two that I'd be checking out.
My question would be, what do you want it for?
Yeah.
Because if you want loads and loads of different algorithms and stuff, then yeah, you need to get something fairly involved. I mean, it is hard to go past the Big Sky.
It really
which
is.
has been out for ages.
Yep.
The Ventress dual reverb, which now does have analog drive-through, is that
Yes,
right?
it does.
It didn't, and it does, or it always did, and the delay didn't. Anyway,
No.
Source Audio, their stuff is just
Wonderful.
exceptional.
Yeah.
Empress
Oh, the Empress
Reverb
Reverb's incredible.
is just amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's some.
and they're all posh, right?
Yeah, they're all posh. It depends on the great thing about the new Clio and the Nocturne. They're more WYSIWYG. They're simpler. But if you want to get deeper into it, I agree that the Big Sky, not even the Big Sky Max, just the Big Sky. I mean, we played that again. I've had my Big Sky since before we started TPS, and far out, it's like it still holds up. Still sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really great ones out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if you like if spring reverb is your thing, there are a number of external spring reverbs. So the Echo Fix EFX2,
Yeah.
is it EFX2? Anyway, the Echo Fix do a spring reverb with a tube in it, I think. But the Carl Martin Headroom, I don't know if it's still available, but that's great.
Love it.
The Surfy Bear reverbs are
Unreal.
fantastic, and there's a handful of others. The one that Bookerback uses, we must get.
Okay.
I can never remember what it's called, but if that's your thing, and you love spring reverb, and you don't have it in your amp, don't get a reverb pedal that does spring in a digital algorithm. Get an actual spring reverb and revel in the beauty of it.
Yeah. It's a whole different thing.
It is. It is a whole different thing. Anyway, good luck.
Good luck, mate.
Ragged Glory Sound again. We thank you for your country home. Was it Ragged Glory? I think it was. Challenge idea. Build a rig between you, but blind. D picks guitar and 2 pedals. M chooses amp and 2 pedals. Neither of you know what the other has chosen until the reveal, then again in reverse. That is a fantastic idea.
Love it.
I don't know about the reverse bit, but maybe that would be the second another show. Love it. I've screen grabbed it, Ragged Glory Sound. Thank you very much. Jamie Brown simply says thank you.
Ah, bless you, mate. You're so
Thank you,
welcome.
Jamie. I'll just check that there wasn't some more there that you managed to hit delete on just as you hit send. You ever do that? Like write a load of stuff out?
yeah.
And what?
That should be my signature. Delete. Bookervac uses the Ebo Customs reverb tank.
That's it.
Yep.
Jeff McClellan Jeff McAlane is wishing us a happy
bless
Christmas, and BV has relayed that. Thank you very much, Jeff, and happy Christmas to you and yours as well. And sorry we missed you in the chat there. It runs pretty quick. Hope you're doing great, buddy.
Yes, mate. Hope you're awesome.
Steve Mass. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How are you? He says, memory lane. My first pedal was a Big Muff. My second was an Electro Harmonix Hot Tubes. Any comments or recollections of the Hot Tubes? Yeah.
So I put one in a rig earlier this year, and it was...
Paul Stacey loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the rig. And it was like, this thing's amazing. It's kind of an underrated boost. It's very cool.
Presumably it had tubes in it, did it? Oh, wow, yeah. As usual with Electro Harmonix, God bless them. There's about 18 different thousand versions of it. Yeah, I don't remember it specifically. Would be definitely one to get, wouldn't it? Would be definitely one to get. Groovy. I will just check that is all the super chats. Nice to hear from you, Steve.
Yeah, mate.
Let's make sure that is all the super chats. Ah, no. William Young. William.
Last super chat for 2025.
It is. He says, I'm so excited for the experience day in January.
Oh, bless you, mate.
We're excited to welcome you, William. He says, wishing you both a relaxing Christmas and New Year. Please take a question from the chat. You know, that's what I want for Christmas.
What's that?
Relaxing.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That would be
Gotta have it.
just brilliant, wouldn't it?
Gotta have it.
Yeah. Thanks, William. Think I better leave right now. We have to take a question from the chat, and that question is from Sean Eric Brooks says, who says Happy Christmas? It's Mary. Yeah, it is.
Here we go. There's one from Jacob Backer here. So, your late auntie's nephew niece comes around. Watching what you two have done with the heritage money, and they just started playing guitar. What advice do you give them? Run.
So this is Auntie Anno Log's nephew or niece. This is from Jacob Backer. Or Jacob Backer. What advice do we give Anno Log's nephew or niece?
Simple. Listen to music. Play the music that you want to play. Play along with the music. Think it doesn't take a lot to learn 3 chords and play along with a song that you like. You can actually get to that point quite quickly, and then add some more chords to your repertoire. Not going to say you're going to sound good, but you can get started with at least like, oh, that chord, I hit that one all right. And I just think, remember why we did it in the first place is to play music. It was the music that got us excited. Of course the guitars are freaking amazing things. But get them to play songs. Play along with songs. What would be my advice?
There you go.
Michael?
Take up drums. In all seriousness. Good drummers are hard to find. Good guitar players are 10 a penny. So if you actually want to play, be a good drummer, is what I would say.
Right.
If I had my time again, I would definitely be a drummer.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would...
Actually, I don't know. It's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it? But yeah, I would say don't do guitar. It's too painful.
And on that note...
Do something more rewarding with your life. Get up every morning with the sun. Go for a walk. Eat a nutritious breakfast.
Unless you're doing intermittent fasting.
Don't do intermittent fasting.
The intermittent fasting can be awesome. Yeah, look at the... and if you're going to have a nutritious breakfast, start with a savoury breakfast. Don't hit your system with loads of sweet stuff to start with.
Who eats sweet stuff for breakfast?
Loads of people. And it's not good.
What would be an example of something sweet for breakfast?
Like frosted cornflakes and all that sugary.
Oh, I see. Sugary
stuff.
cereals. Oh, God. I'm amazed they're allowed to sell those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, take up drums. That's what I would say.
Yeah, well, I would say play guitar because it's the best thing in the world. And play along with songs. Because everything will come from the songs. And you'll hear things, you go, oh, that's amazing. And they'll push you on to the next thing. Because then all the stuff that you learn will have context. That's what I would say. Start with the songs.
Sean Eric Brooks says, every drummer I know is in 15 bands. Every guitar player I know is in their bedroom watching YouTube. That is exactly my point.
There you go.
Mick is such a gumboot, says Kurt Reynolds. David Tompkins says, you'd soon get bored of lugging a drum kit around. I don't know. I've been lugging my Ampeg around, playing the big guitar, and that has become tiresome. Actually, it's not my Ampeg, it's Freddie's Ampeg head.
Oh, that's funny.
Take up bass, Dana22 says, even harder to find good bass player. Yeah. What does gumboot mean then, Kurt Reynolds? Does that just mean a wet blanket? Is that what it means?
Yeah, it's a gumboot.
Yeah.
That's an Australian thing, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That was 2025. In a nutshell. I'm in a nutshell.
Our drummer's obsessed with vintage gear like guitarists, says Johnny T5E3. Jeremy Stacey is.
Yeah, they absolutely can be.
He's got so many Tama kits, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like, when you start recording with drummers, you know, you do enough of it, you get to understand why they have different snares and different cymbals and stuff. You know, that does make a material difference.
I'm going to always struggle to understand the cymbal thing. I mean, I get the difference between a nice crash and a nice ride.
But that's what I mean.
Nice
It's like,
hats.
this is going to have a china here and, you know.
Yeah. It's just as daft as us, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all guilty of it. But again, it's different colours and they just, you know.
Yeah, I love my vintage Rogers and Ludwig kit, says Dustin Thiessen. Yeah, Rogers were a good buy for a minute there, weren't they? Because the Ludwigs and the... Ludwigs, especially with vintage kits. What's the other brand I'm thinking of? Anyway, Rogers were a good buy for a minute.
Yeah. Gretsch and all those ones.
Yeah.
Groovy baby.
Good. Mark Gallagher Music says, I love things like pancakes and toast and jam for breakfast. Yeah. Who doesn't? Dan doesn't.
Yeah, just... I'll have a bit of toast and jam after I've had something, like an omelette or something, but if you get that glucose spike on an empty stomach, it doesn't work for me.
Nice. CompuCorder 64 says, on the whole, vintage drum kits, snares and cymbals aren't as crazy as expensive as guitar stuff.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of vintage guitar stuff that isn't crazy expensive. It's only if you buy Fender, Gibson, Marshall.
Yeah, you can get some decent stuff. Some of those old Italian guitars, if you find a good one, they can be incredible.
Yeah. Eggs and sourdough, says John 777.
Yes, eggs and sourdough.
I'm a fan of eggs.
Eggs are so good for you.
I'm a fan of eggs.
Really good for your nervous system.
Are they?
Really good.
Well,
Yep.
Do you remember the salmonella scandal here? It wasn't really a scandal, it was a health problem.
Right.
And the health minister at the time was called Edwina Curry. Egwina, obviously. And they were saying things, you needed to boil your eggs for like stupid number of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, salmonella was a big thing. It did happen. Good. Let's stop talking about that. Have a good change of years, lad, says Jacob Backer.
Yeah, you too, mate.
See you two on the other side. I'm looking forward to another year with shits and cigars. As us. 666 viewers, says Pepe Stay. And avocado egg toast, says Scott Pickett. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Very good.
And John 777, fresh eggs not from the store are the best. Oh my God, they are. Yeah. We've got an egg shed near us, and I can always tell if they're like hours old. Because you just drop it into a pan, no vinegar or anything like that, and it just goes perfect poached egg.
Nice.
Perfect. Simple things.
Yep.
And you can make cakes out of them. Okay, everyone. Look, we wish you a very, very happy Christmas and holiday season, and hope those of you who can, who are able to, you get some time to put your feet up.
Yep.
Don't think too much. It's not good for you. Just chill out.
Chill out, baby.
Watch some crap on TV.
Yeah. And go for a walk.
Read a book.
Yep. See the sun.
Practice Reiki.
Yeah, play some guitar.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thanks for being with us. What day is it?
It's Monday today.
It's Monday, so the next video will be after Christmas Day. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. And that video will be Boxing Day, and it will be a roundup of the year, and look forward to 26. And then on the 2nd, we're going to kick off the year. A rig your mate would hate. To start the year as we mean to go on. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks for all your support during the year.
Yeah.
And let's do it all again in 26.
I'm looking forward to moving on from 2025. I mean, 2025 has been good, don't get me wrong. But
You know what Eckhart would say about that, Dan, don't you?
is saying that I'm a gormless
He
wonder.
would say you can move on at any moment. You don't need to wait.
That's
until
exactly right, and
26.
I am moving on.
Yeah.
I'm moving on, moving down the road.
I think better cold.
Yeah, mine's not treating me well.
Play us out, Dan. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you on the other side.